Alright, in this video we're going to find the missing angles inside a triangle, the interior angles and exterior angles when given a triangle. So in your discovery worksheet you learned that the sum of the interior angles in any triangle will always add up to 180 degrees. So 50 plus 70 plus 60 makes 180 degrees, all three angles. So this is helpful because if I know two of them, then we can always find the third. Okay, so 45 plus 60, those combine to make 105 degrees. So if the three of them have to make 180 degrees, I can subtract the 105 that we already have to figure out what P should be. P, so the measure of angle P is going to equal 75 degrees. Okay, so that's just notation on how to write your angles. The measure of angle P equals 75 degrees. All right, so I'm going to let you try these two. Pause the video and see what you get. All right, so 26 plus 51, I get 77 degrees. So then I'm going to take 77 degrees away from 180. And I get 103 degrees. So the measure of angle Y, 103 degrees. Okay, you don't have to add these and then subtract 2. You could take the 180, subtract the 26, and then subtract the 51, which would then give you 103 degrees. Totally up to you. Okay, I personally like to add my two numbers. So 95 plus 55 gives me 150 degrees. When I take that away from 180, you get 30 degrees for the measure of angle A. So pause the video and give this one a try also. So this box in the corner, if you don't remember, is 90 degrees. So 90 degrees plus our 55 degrees makes 145 degrees. So then 180 subtract your 145. The measure of angle X is equal to 35 degrees. Alright, so this one is a little different because I'm asking you to find the measure of angle D, which is not inside our triangle. So this is one of our exterior angles we are talking about. Okay, so in our triangle we know these two angles, and it would be helpful if I knew what this angle was, because then this missing angle and the angle we're trying to find, those are vertical angles, and so we know they are equal. And since I know these two angles inside our triangle, I can find this third one. So 47 plus 86 gives you 133 degrees. So those are all inside a triangle, so they add up to 180. So when we take our 133 away from 180, we get 47 degrees. And since these are vertical angles, they are congruent, so the measure of angle D is also going to be 47 degrees. I'm going to let you pause and try this one on your own first. So this one is a little different because we are trying to find one of our angles here inside our triangle. So in order to find an angle inside of triangle, we always have to know the other two. So we have a problem because we only know one right now. So then we should be thinking, well, can I find this other one that I need in order to find the one I actually want? And yes, because these two angles, the 111 I gave you and that other angle we want to find, make a straight line, which means they're going to add up to 180 degrees. So 180 subtract my 111, we get 69 degrees. So this other angle here is going to make 69 degrees. And now I can combine these two, my 69 and 54. Those make 123 degrees. Remember, these three angles add up to 180. So I'm then going to subtract 123 from 180 to get the measure of angle E to be 57 degrees. Pause the video and see if you can find the measure of angle S. Okay, so remember, this is 90 degrees. So if I'm kind of evaluating, I need to find S. I know S and this other triangle angle here that I don't know will make 180 degrees. So I can find S if I know this angle, and I can find this angle because I know the other two inside our triangle here. So 58 degrees plus your 90 degrees makes 148 degrees. So when I take that away from 180, we get 32. So this angle here is 32 degrees. So then 32 and S are going to make 180. So if I take 32 away, you get your 148 degrees for the measure of angle S. Pause the video and try to find K. So 113 and this missing angle in my triangle make 180 degrees. So when I subtract them, I find that this angle is 67 degrees. So 55 and 67, that makes 122 degrees. These three angles will make 180 because there are my three angles inside my triangle. So when I subtract those, I find that K is 58 degrees. Okay, we got one more, and it is a little bit of a challenge. You are missing four angles, A, B, C, and D, and you've got lots of different triangles in here. So I want you to pause and try the video. If you need a little bit of help, maybe you want to play and then pause again once you get that little bit of help. All right, so if I'm looking at this problem, I know I need to find A, but if I look at that triangle, I'm missing two angles, so I cannot find A using the triangle, but these three angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. So I can do 180, subtract your 80, subtract your 65, and then that makes A 35 degrees. Now that I know these two, I can find my third angle. So 180 minus 35 and subtract that 95. Angle B is going to be 50 degrees. Angle C and 95 make 180 degrees. So subtract your 95 from 180, you're going to get 85 degrees. And now I can find D, because I know the other two angles in that triangle. So 180 subtract 65 and subtract that 85 makes D 30 degrees.